Hey guys, happy Spring Fair. I know we all love Spring Fair even though it's only like 3 days. It's short, but it's amazing. The Bruno Mars of fairs, if you will. Yeah. I noticed that like people will tell me that if you were spanked as a child, those people get like weirdly defensive about it. We don't. But a friend of mine was asking me like, yeah, why is that something people get so worked up about? I'm like, I know, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's like pineapple on pizza, you know? You only like it if you were abused as a child. A friend of mine was actually mugged last week, which is kind of scary. But he's like one of my tougher friends, so I knew that like he was gonna be all right. This experience wasn't gonna like traumatize him. And I wanted to convey this to him when I saw him the next day. But what I said was, man, out of all my friends who could have been mugged last night, I'm glad it was you. And then I had to like backtrack, and I was like, no, sorry, but you know, at least it's like better than the time your dad left you, right? Yeah. Not all my friends are great though. One of them was talking to me, and he was one of my friends was talking to me about how he likes to swim, and I was like, oh, that's great, you should come swim like on Thursday mornings. That's when I have a lifeguard shift. He was like, sorry, Amani, but like, I don't think I could trust, you know, someone like you to save me if I was drowning. And I kid you not, that's what he said to me. And I was like, hey, my narcolepsy does not stop me from doing my job, okay? Whoever said you had to be awake to save someone's life? And you know what? I had like such a weird dream the other day that like some kid was drowning and there was like tons of screaming. Don't worry, it was like 100% dream though. I feel like lifeguarding is one of those jobs though that has certain stereotypes about like attractiveness, you know? Like all lifeguards are supposed to be hot and like all chemists are supposed to be ugly, that sort of thing. And yeah. And so of course, as an undergrad, the last thing I would have expected was to be a lifeguard and have a hot orgo TA. Neither of those things make sense. Yeah, some of you know exactly which orgo TA I'm talking about. This guy is like recognized just as much in the gym as he is in our section. And all I can think about is how like one day, this guy came to his parents and was like, Mom, Dad, I want to study fluorine chemistry at Johns Hopkins. And they're just like, what? No, you could actually be anything you want to be. You're really pretty. You could be a lifeguard, you know? Yeah. In addition to lifeguarding, I also do like some work with Blue Key Society, and that job is just a reminder that Hopkins has no idea how to recruit black people. Like, it's kind of sad. I was on a tour once, and the guide was like, oh yeah, these are like the old historic Hopkins slave quarters. But we're actually celebrating because they've been out of like use for 200 weeks. And then they keep going on about like stuff they're really proud of at the school. They're like, oh yeah, you know, we have an African step team, and have you been to our website? There's tons of black people on the website. I was walking through campus and I saw another black kid and I was like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about going here. Can you tell me anything about the school? And he's just like, oh, I don't go here. They just pay me to walk around here. And if you didn't know, SoHop is actually one of Hopkins' biggest like sales pitches for their minority students, because they bring in all the underrepresented minority kids a day early to have their own event. And for all the white and Asian kids who weren't invited, we just like played Jenga and danced to Old Town Road. It's really great. And I think this event is also like Hopkins' way of like reverse engineering some racial stereotypes by like forcing all the black kids to be on time for once. And it still didn't work. Like we showed up to SoHop the next day and I just saw a line of white administrators like, we brought these black kids in a day early. How are they not on time? And that's just a reminder of like how some Hopkins people try way too hard to be cultured. Like some of my friends will go out of their way to get like the most like exotic food at our house. And by the way, that's like saying you're the most athletic person on the Quidditch team. Like, the bar is pretty low. Quidditch is in the house, huh? You guys trying to fight me? I will square up any day before private police is implemented. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So now I'm like suspicious of these white people who like eat chapchae and like listen to Amani. I'm like, what's your game? I was over at a white friend's apartment and I noticed he had a nicer rice cooker than I did. And it's just like, so you dating an Asian girl or what's the deal? He is, by the way. And if you didn't get that joke, it's probably because you weren't spanked as a child. Thank you guys so much.